Wallace. Throwing it deep, and it is caught by Whitmer. He breaks loose down the sideline. Touchdown!
This is the Dan McCarney Show with Iowa State head football coach Dan McCarney and the voice of the Cyclones, Pete Taylor. The Dan McCarney Show is brought to you in part by Robert W. Baird & Company, Incorporated, a wealth of advice, member New York Stock Exchange, and SIPC, and by Chevrolet, Chevy trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Hi once again, everyone, and welcome to the Dan McCarney Show. Iowa State losing a heartbreaker 24-21 to Texas A&M on Saturday. Dan, in a ball game that you really controlled for the most part, possession time, the yardage, had some key plays, but I guess you have to give A&M credit too. They found a way to win. They found a way to win, Pete, and it was a really hard-fought, well-played football game by both teams. Great effort, just tremendous swings in the game, you know, from a momentum standpoint, but their players played hard. My players played hard. It was a great Big 12 football game. It was just really disappointing to come up a little bit short in the end. But I'm proud of my staff and my team. We went down and I think with a real good game plan. We played extremely hard, and we improved again as a football team, even in that loss, Pete. And we'll build on that and hopefully come back with a great effort again this week. There's a lot of talk about after you played Nebraska that the team had its problems going over and playing in front of a hostile crowd like that on the road, but you kind of answered those critics with 85,000 and the fourth largest crowd ever at the A&M game against Iowa State. Well, it was a tremendous environment to play and coach in, Pete. It really is, and that's what the Big 12 is all about. It's the best of the best, the players, the staffs, the environment, the stadium, and you're so close. And I really felt like on the sidelines that we were going to find a way to win that football game, but we came up making a few too many mistakes in the end, and it cost us. Well, there were some gremlins in the air certainly down in College Station, but you can't base your wins and losses on those kinds of things. You always preach play through those and still have a chance to win, and you really had that right down to the very end of the game. Well, we did. You know, in Texas A&M, after their win yesterday, they're 7-1. They're an excellent football team, great program, been winning for a long time, and yet we went right to the wire in a four-quarter football game with our chances to win it, and we came up a little short. But the effort was outstanding by our football team, and again, I think we showed that we can line up and play with anybody in the Big 12. We'll take a break here and be back to check the highlights of the game right after these messages.
Creating wealth isn't an automatic process. If it were, you wouldn't need us. But it isn't, so you do. Baird Wealth Management.
Joy of Life is a series of educational conferences from Iowa Methodist and Iowa Lutheran Women's Services aimed at celebrating women through the enhancement of mind, body, and spirit. On November 5th at 5 p.m., we'll focus on menopause. There will be sessions on hormone replacement therapy and other ways to decrease menopausal symptoms, as well as how menopause relates to heart health, nutrition, and acupuncture. For registration information, please call 515-241-3432.
Perfect weather once again down in College Station, Texas. It was about 75 degrees at game time. As we said, a full house of about 85,000 fans as the Cyclones hit the field and actually got the ball first and moved the ball very effectively in a first drive. This is a pass to Jack Whitmer. Well, just great protection, a real nice throw by Seneca. And Pete, we go down, I think, a 15-play drive. Come up short with the missed field goal, but a real good opening drive by our offense. Nice move by Danielson after he makes the catch. I think we had 8 different receivers catching the ball yesterday, but another outstanding game by number 82, Lane Danielson. Here's the third 15-yard pickup in this drive as he throws complete to Campbell. Excellent throw on the run to his left, throwing back to his right. Great throw and real fine play. As you can see, the field goal attempt is tipped, and Texas A&M takes over. No gain on this play. Jordan Karstens on the stop. Great job. Guards trying to reach him, gets outside, makes the play. A lot of team guys. You see great team defense, Pete. There are a lot of white jerseys around the ball. There's one that hurt you, though. This is a reverse that just wasn't played well by our defense, and Goins has great speed, as you can see here. A real good effort by Mark Timmons to stop the touchdown there, but got outside on the reverse. Here's Ferris for the keep, no gain. Stubby and Eilers on the stop.
Real good job by both those kids. Cale Stubby, a redshirt freshman, getting his first playing time and getting better each week, Pete.
Anthony Forrest hanging on to a leg, stops Weber. Then on 3rd down and goal, Weber, watch this. Is he in? That ball is knocked loose. The Cyclones get it. The official on the backside calls a touchback, but they call a touchdown there, and it's 7-0. We'll talk about that in a minute because Iowa State comes back.
Left, 3rd down and 5. Here's Wallace. Throwing it deep, and it is caught by Whitmer. He breaks loose down the sideline. Touchdown! Great catch.
And we'll see the replay on this. He almost looks like he's got it with one arm there.
I think he does, Pete, and Nick Quintero does a one-hand, one-arm catch and drill every day in practice, and you sure see how it paid off there. Super throw and catch there by Seneca and Jack Whitver, and Jack is one of the classiest young men we've got on our team.
So it's tied at 7. Here's Keith Joseph on a 1-yard gain. Timmons and Judd on the stop. Iowa State gets it back, goes right back to the air. Montgomery with a nice catch on his knees.
Overall, I thought our throwing and catching was just excellent yesterday, Pete. Of course, it starts with pretty solid protection up front.
Whitver with the reception there. You can see they played off him, so he went underneath and picks up 15 yards. Now Ennis Haywood gets into the act.
Good job. Not a big day for our run game yesterday. I think Ennis ended up with about 70 yards, but good game there, as you said, and a good push by our offensive line.
This is a 48-yard attempt. Whacks the left upright and falls back into the field of play, so it's still tied. Now this is Farmer, 4-yard loss. We'll see this again. Matt Word on the sack.
Great job there trying to run some misdirection, and Mo Word comes untouched. Real good play to get the tackle for loss, Pete. Mo had an outstanding game yesterday at linebacker.
And now Ferris going to be sacked here. Jordan Karstens pulls him down, 11-yard loss. We'll look at that one again.
Like Lane Danielson, like Jack Whitver, former walk-on, now playing outstanding football for the Cyclones, Pete, and a tremendous, tremendous effort by Jordan Karstens to go get this sack, and he's getting better each week.
Cyclones get the ball back, but here's one of the few mistakes all day on the offensive side, and it looks like either passed to the wrong area or the wrong route was run, one or the other.
Well, we just misread it, Pete, and that was the one mistake and the one turnover we had all day, and fortunately our defense came back and played real well.
That was good hurry there. Pass incomplete. Now a 1-yard pass completion to Taylor. Word and Karstens on the stop.
Just we were able to get off the field there again, get their punt team on the field. Real nice defensive series there, Pete.
And Iowa State, with only 1:14 left, starts moving down the field. Danielson for 18 yards, and you'll look at it again. This was a very good drive late in the half.
Fantastic drive, Pete, and a great catch there by Lane Danielson. Again, Seneca on the move here, throwing on the run, giving us a chance to get down and put ourselves in a position to try and get a field goal right before the half.
And that's exactly what happens. It's marked down, but again, A&M blocks it coming up the middle that time to block it, and at halftime, it's all knotted up. Here we go in the second half now. Farmer for a 2-yard loss. Runk and Durande on the stop.
Good job. Justin Eilers, Durande, Runk, as you mentioned, all around the football, Pete.
Ferris keeps it, and he's pulled down by DeAndre Phillips, who has a big play later on in this game.
He's getting better each week, Pete. Real nice job there by DeAndre.
But Joseph does power his way into the end zone, and A&M goes out on top 14-7 in the third quarter. Iowa State back to the air, and Whitver with another catch.
Again, throwing on the run with accuracy and precision, and real good job there by our offense throwing and catching the football.
Hole plugged up, he cuts it back. Ennis does and picks up 9, and that sets up another field goal attempt by Iowa State in the third quarter. This one sails off to the right side, so the score holds at 14-7. Once again, Farmer trying to get loose, and Eilers and Karstens wrap him up, only a gain of 1.
Great penetration by Jordan Karstens, and there's number 44 to clean up on him. Great defense there, Pete.
And Durande credited with a sack there as Ferris couldn't get away. Another 11-yard loss, so we'll go to the fourth quarter. Farmer, a 1-yard run. Runk makes the stop on him. 3rd and 2, and Stubby with a nice play on Joseph for no gain.
Real nice job. Again, former Cedar Falls prep and here from the state of Iowa, and as I mentioned earlier, Pete, getting better and better, and really proud of Cale and the job he did in his improvement.
Field goal unit comes on, though, and A&M makes this one to give itself a 10-point margin, and now Iowa State comes back once again. Jamal Montgomery with a nice catch and run. However, Iowa State unable to move it. A&M gets it back, but here's what happens.
Throw out of the shotgun, backside rush. Now he'll throw it out there. It's intercepted by Phillips at midfield to the 45, to the 42-yard line. Iowa State comes up with a football.
Iowa State showed 2 teams all that.
Big play right there by DeAndre Phillips to get you back at field position, Dan, and give you a chance in this game.
Outstanding play by DeAndre Phillips, his first career interception. Another one of those young defensive backs, only a sophomore, but getting better and better each week, playing with a lot of confidence, and outstanding play there by DeAndre.
Here's Wallace whipping a ball. How Young comes up with this, I still can't believe it. But he makes the catch. We'll see it again. Fires it through 2 defenders right into his midsection.
Great job of concentrating on that football, Pete, by Lance Young, another sophomore wide receiver. Great play again here and getting better each week. And Seneca's obviously doing a tremendous job throwing the ball.
Wallace back, steps up, throws into the end zone. It is touchdown! Craig Campbell comes up.
4th down play, and 4th and 4, and you go for the whole thing and get it.
Well, I just had a lot of trust in our offense right now, Pete. They're executing. The protection's good. Seneca's obviously throwing the ball real well, and at that stage, you know, I just felt that was best for our football team. Great execution by our offense.
Here's Farmer, and he's met for a 3-yard loss on the play. We're leading the charge for Iowa State, but here's the one that really hurt coming up. And it's Farmer on, first of all, the replay, but Farmer gets cracked there, but he makes up for it on this next play with a fine effort.
Yeah, this is too bad, Pete. Should be about a 6-yard gain. We have a missed tackle, and on a routine play, just toss sweep, and that goes the distance. And at this stage, you know, we really had a lot of momentum and confidence and fought back and scratched back to get in the game. And you hate to see those easy ones go on you like that.
But the Cyclones, even though time is against them, pick up 9 on the pass to Banks right there. Now here's a 17-yard catch and run by Haywood, and the Cyclones moving right down the field again.
Real good job of Seneca reading it and dumping it off to our, you know, our running back in Ennis, and he and Banks both coming up with a couple of big receptions there, Pete.
Wallace pulls it down this time, and he picks up 11 yards.
Now he can do it with the best of them, and real good read there. The coverage was there, and get us another 11 yards, another 1st down.
Again, evading the rush, throwing back and hitting Banks for a pickup of 9 more.
I thought the ball security by our receivers yesterday was tremendous, Pete. All the hits they took and the ability they did to hold on to it and not fumble at one time.
Ennis comes up with a nice reception at the 5, and then short time later, quarterback sneak, and it takes him forever to decide whether or not he's in, but he was, and looked like he was in easily.
No doubt. A lot of surge there. Great job by Zach Butler, Lozo White, and Bobby Montgomery in there in the offensive line.
So, of course, Iowa State tries the onside kick, but it goes out of bounds, and A&M able to take a knee and hang on to win this one by a score of 24-21. Well, the last time you played down there was 56-17. This team really handled you physically a year ago, 30-7. Not the case at all on Saturday.
Wasn't at all, Pete. It was really an outstanding matchup, and it was anybody's game late in the game, late in the 4th quarter. We wanted to make it a 4-quarter game. Obviously, we did that and tried to find a way to win that game in the 4th quarter. But A&M really executed late. They made the plays they needed to. I'm not going to let our kids accept losing, because we hate to lose a game we had a chance to win, and yet we know we improved again as a football team, Pete. We got to find a way to win this week.
We'll take a break and be back with our weekly feature right after this.